Hey guys, I just wanted to go over blackjack betting. A lot of times, you have a lot of people who, they have their methods or systems or, like whatever they want to call it, and like how to bet. There are a couple of, there are a couple of right ways to do it. There are a couple of wrong ways to do it. I'm going to go into like a few of the methods, and then you could use whatever is comfortable for you. First up, you got a lot of people who, what I call, what is called flat betting, where you say, they're in for $100, and it's like, and it doesn't matter what happens, win or lose, they're betting $100 every time, like $100, $100, $100, $100, $100. A lot of times, what you'll get also are people who, they use like a system, like a really popular one. It's like it's called the martingale system, right? Where basically, you bet $100, right? And then say you lose the bet, and then you follow that up with a bet of $200. And then if you lose that bet, then you follow that up with a bet of $400. Right, and that requires you to have a whole lot of money, one, and then two, if you end up with like a whole string of losses, then you are wiped out. So I wouldn't recommend that. Instead, like I would recommend two ways. The simple way would be to use like a high-low betting system, where, say, if you're betting $100, right, you win your hand, then the next bet you go to 200, because that 100 was your low, 200's your high. And then as you keep winning at the 200s, right, once you lose a hand, you go back down to 100, right? And then that way, you're trying to maximize like the amount of money that you actually have out there while you're winning, and minimizing money you have while you're losing. And I just use the 1-200 as an example. For like lower limits, if you're betting, say, like $10, you could make that spread as wide as you'd like, whatever is going to make you feel comfortable. If you want to bet $10 and then say you win, and then you go to $50, right, and then you keep playing $50 until you lose, and then you go back to 10, that's entirely up to you if you want to try it that way. Way that I personally play, I do progressive betting, and what that does basically is, like it maximizes on streaks that tend to happen in the game, where it's like if things are going really well, then I'm actually I just keep betting and betting and betting and betting. And one of the things with that, right? Say if I'm betting 50 a hand, say if I win 2 bets in a row, right? Then I start going up. I'll go to 75. Then I'll go to 100. Then I'll go to 150. Then I go to 200. Then I go to 300. And the whole methodology behind this is that even if I can win all of these hands in a row, if I bet 400, and if I were to lose, then I lose the 400 right here. But then this is all profit. And then I would start back at 50. And then, kind of work my way back up again. That I find that to be a very powerful system. It works very well. And as far as, like your limits, a lot of times people are comfortable, betting like a lot of lower limit players will stop at about $50, right? Where, I think if, $50 is considered big, if it's a big hand to you, it's a big hand to you. So what, a lot of times what people will do, they get up to $50 and then they just start flat betting at 50. It's like, if that's what you're comfortable with, then that's fine. As long as once you're done, once you lose, then you drop down. But personally, I just keep going and going and going until I'm like into betting, thousands or 2,000s or 3,000s. But that's all personal preference there. And yeah, that's how you bet in blackjack.